And joining us tonight, former Newcastle and Norwich goalkeeper Tim Krul. Always good to see you, Tim. Thank you so much for coming in. We'll hear from him in just a moment. There's so much to get through in the next couple of hours. But let's start with the story that has dominated the football conversation this week. That is Mo Salah announcing he will be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. His teammate Andy Robertson and former boss Jürgen Klopp have led the tributes today, with Klopp describing Salah as one of the best professionals and best people that he's ever met.
Oh, I think Mo and we had big dreams, but I think we didn't dare to dream that big. And I think there were a lot of good outcomes possible. They don't even come close to the outcome we all saw. And so, yeah, like it always is, that's a little bit, it's human. As long as we see it, we enjoy it, but I'm not sure we can appreciate it to the right extent. That will happen soon now. In the summer, after Mo left, and whatever he was doing, I wish him best of luck, and because he deserves it, we will all realize pretty quickly that's different now. And the numbers he produced, the standards he set, I think some of them, if not all, will stay unmatched. In this modern Premier League era, definitely, because it's just ridiculous to do that and do it for one club, more or less. I think he scored one goal for Chelsea, right? Oh yeah, so he did it for one club. Helped the team to be very, very successful. Was successful himself, which is rare in this sport, but as a striker you can do. But as a striker you have to take criticism. You are the greatest on the day you score. You are nobody. What is he doing when you are not scoring? So the criticism is as big as the praise and as fast there. And to deal with all that and to stay by yourself, to stay yourself, is really tricky. And he did that in exceptional ways. He's one of the best professionals I ever met. He's one of the best people I ever met. We texted the other day, and we had our arguments, but they were always for the right reasons. And it's always fine. And especially now looking back, it's more than fine. And we are both really happy about being part of that incredible journey.
And is this the right way for the Liverpool fans now to get to say their farewell to Mo and vice versa?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he wants to enjoy that, and Mo enjoys football only when he's scoring and when we are winning. So that means that so there will be hopefully a really good period. But what would make it really hard to let him go in the end? But it will be a great day, mid-May. When he against Brentford. Hendo is coming back for that game, which is really cool. And when everybody's allowed to say goodbye to each other, so like Mo, and say thank you to each other, like Mo to Liverpool, Liverpool to Mo. I think that's fair and right. And so it will be pretty special. The front three. It's now history from the summer on, the famous front three, and now there's open space for the next coming.
You know, I've probably ran out of words of what to say about Mo. Fantastic player, unbelievable what he's done at our football club. Obviously, I signed with him the same summer. And just being able to see him grow as a player and grow him into, one of the best in the world, and seeing how he conducts himself every single day, seeing how professional he is, how much work he puts in to become the best. It's been a joy to watch, and even if you look back at last season, he pretty much carried us on his back at times on his own. The numbers he produced last season were just ridiculous. So I suppose all good things have to come to an end, and Mo's made the decision to be this summer, which obviously I'll fully back him on that and fully support him on that. I don't think there's any doubt of how much of a legend he's at the football club. He's in the conversation of best players ever to play for the football club, and to be able to call him a teammate but also call him a friend, and he's been a close friend of mine for the last 9 years. It's an absolute privilege to have played with him, and it'll be sad, obviously the next couple of weeks of his farewell, but he'll get the send-off he deserves, because he's a Premier League legend, but he's definitely a Liverpool legend.
I was going to say, Andy, I think I read somewhere you said he was Liverpool's greatest player, and I was wondering if Sir Kenny Dalglish had been in touch with you about that.
Yeah, well, I think he's definitely one of the greatest. I would say Kenny probably pips him to that, and I tell him that most days. But yeah, look, Kenny's, for me, Kenny's the greatest player of all time for Scotland, and he's the greatest player of all time for Liverpool. But I think then behind that you have 3 or 4 players that come into conversation of who's there, and Mo Salah definitely comes into that conversation, and it's just an absolute credit to him to be in even the conversation with Kenny Dalglish, Steven Gerrard, Ian Rush, people like that. It's for Mo to be in that same sentence is an absolute credit to him of what he's done over these last 9 years.
Tim, let's talk about Mo Salah. And when you heard the news, was it that much of a shock to you, or did you think actually this sort of feels like it's been in the water for a few months, given what happened earlier on in the season?
Yeah, it has. Clearly, there was noises coming out last season that he potentially was moving on. But I think ultimately it's the right time, and what a player he's been for Liverpool. And the numbers, obviously, Andy Robertson just mentioned there, they've been the levels he's able to reach. It's been incredible. And I've had the privilege to play against him. At the time, I didn't enjoy it at all because he caused me a lot of headaches over the years. But yeah, looking back now, and he deserves all the credit he's getting at the moment.
We'll come back to that. We've got some clips to show. So Andy Robertson called him an all-time Liverpool great. Said that Kenny Dalglish pipped him. I think that's kind of fair. But where does Salah rank amongst Premier League forwards? Now, before we came on air, we asked Tim for his top 5 all-time Premier League forwards. So this is what you came up with, and Mo Salah is in there at number 5. Explain.
Yeah, I think these 5 speak for themselves. They're obviously legends in their own right. I think I was able to play against Salah, Aguero, Kane. Shearer used to be my teammate when I first signed for Newcastle as a 17-year-old boy. He made such an impact on me, and not just on the Premier League. Obviously, the numbers. He's the all-time goal scorer in the Premier League, but as a leader, he was not just a teammate, but he was already like a manager in itself.
Who has Mo Salah edged out to be in the top 5? Was there others in contention? I mean, the one name that strikes me here is Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, you got Wayne, obviously. There's a few more. It's quite tricky to pick from. Ronaldo's, I still think, is up there. Obviously, not that many years, but no, I think these guys are definitely my favourite 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's longevity, isn't it? It's the service to the club as well. When you think of Kane, you think Tottenham. When you think of Shearer, you think Newcastle side. Obviously, that Premier League title he won with Blackburn. I wonder what sort of impact do you think Mo Salah has made? And I think particularly in that front three, Jürgen Klopp was saying it before, the famed front three that is now consigned to history because Sadio Mane's gone, Roberto Firmino's gone. But that for me felt like a really significant attack in sort of Premier League years. Would you agree?
Yeah, they were awful to play against. I mean, when you see the team sheet come out before the game and that's the front three, you're going to be having a busy afternoon. And that's, again, the quality these guys got. They were able sometimes, you didn't see them for 40, 50, 60 minutes, but they were able to just switch it on. And these goals you see there, you think you're in a good shape as a defence there, all on the control.
Go on that left foot, probably to your right as a keeper, but still stopping it is pretty difficult.
Like, you do your homework and you prepare all week for Salah coming in into his left and curling it far corner, but he's capable of reversing it.
Yeah.
So you can't gamble as a goalie, but here, this is typical Salah. Bang, far post, and he's done this multiple times. And what a legend for Liverpool, and not just Liverpool, for the Premier League.
What I remember as well about that scenario with that front three is that they'd let Philippe Coutinho go, and they had been the Fab Four, we'll remember, but actually that left that balance then for the three. Yes, you mentioned it, so we're going to roll it. He scored against you. Do you remember these moments? And did you appreciate at this point how good a player he was or would become?
He's quite lucky there, but again, this is like first game of the season. You go into Anfield, you just promoted with Norwich City, and again, this is the quality. You think you're in control, bit of magic, and he's got that capability. And he's done this for years and years and years, and he deserves all the credit he's getting at the moment. And for 9 years to play on that kind of level that he has, thanks for showing all these.
Yeah, okay, listen, I feel you, because I can imagine if you're with Norwich, you've just been promoted, you go to Anfield, you come up against this guy, I think, oh my goodness, 1 down, 37 to go, and it's going to be a long old season. Do you know what, Tim? It's going to be fascinating to see what sort of hole he leaves, and ultimately, you know, what happens with his own career. Because I mean, Salah's imminent departure has sparked a new wave of interest from guess where? Saudi Arabia, of course. So what chance he follows the path taken by his former teammates Sadio Mane, Fabinho, and Darwin Núñez?
He has the potential, he has the capabilities, and he has the marketability of being the next big star in the upcoming transfer window. So obviously he will be one of the guys or the players that will be sought after in the upcoming 2 months. A player like Mohamed Salah is always an attractive for the Saudi Pro League clubs. We can remember Al Hilal has made contact with him prior to the Club World Cup last year. We can remember also Al Ittihad in 2023 has submitted a huge bid in terms of trying to get him into the club, and that will be the case in the upcoming transfer window.
Wasn't so long ago, Tim, that there were bids being lodged between 100, 150 million pounds for Mo Salah, and you understand why the Saudi Pro League was so desperate to have him at that point. Do you see them getting him now, or do you think that he still has more to accomplish in Europe?
I think at 33, he's still got years ahead of him if you compare him to Ronaldo and Messi. But it's all what he wants to do. He clearly tried at Chelsea. He was still young then, and then went to Roma, to Italy, did 2 years there, and then clearly came to Liverpool for 9 years. So ultimately, it's what he wants to do. He's proven to be a legend. Does he want to do it again in another country? Only he knows. But yeah, I don't think he's going to stay in England. I don't think.
It'd be very hard to play against Liverpool for sure.
Yes, and I think he's completed the Premier League well and truly. So yeah, it's interesting to see where he will go. I think it's great that he has this send-off in the next few weeks for the Liverpool fans to give him the send-off he deserves. Yeah. And hopefully, he can score a few more goals in front of the cup for him.
You'd imagine he would absolutely fill his boots in the Saudi Pro League. What about that as a